Hey guys, it's Erica again, and this is my husband Bobby.
Hi.
Okay, he says hi and bye. He's not really much for being on video, and that's okay. So, to continue on with the story, this video blog will talk about our first pregnancy that we had. And so, after we started meeting with the RE, we did all of our testing. We were told to keep using Clomid and progesterone, and that we would start doing intrauterine inseminations, which are called IUIs. God, don't ask my dad what he thinks those are, because he pretty much asked if it was for horses, like animals, breeding animals. So that was awesome to be compared to a horse being bred. But anyway, so we dealt with IUIs, which is where I take medication so that I can ovulate, because I don't do that on my own. And then they take Bobby's baby juice and they clean it, find all of our really good swimmers, and then they put it in a tube and push it up where it needs to go so that it's easier to implant. And then throughout this whole process, I also had a calendar that I filled out that was color-coded based on medications. I even wasted money on those home ovulation kits. They were a waste for me. I pissed away a lot of money. We ended up doing this like 7 times in a row. This is my calendar that I made, which, just to give you an idea, so like this was the first month. I had a red X for period. That was my bitch week. I was on Clomid, my yes or no ovulation results based on those home kits, like dexamethasone, and then period progesterone medication. I did little happy faces for when we were able to finally have sex. And that really sucks, having to plan it. Because let me tell you, how sexy is that when I'm like, it's on the calendar, so you better be in the mood because it's on. That really puts people in the mood. It's all color-coded, different circles, X's, squares, and then, of course, pregnancy tests and my ultrasounds to test whether or not I was ovulating, which rarely happened. A bunch of pills, no. Lots of sex this month, so we did good. October, same thing, tons of just color-coded and circles and squares. And then eventually, we had also at this point found out that we would have to switch to something a little more advanced instead of just the pills. So we moved on. We had 2 options that we were giving from the sidekicks at Dr. Jelly's office. We were told that we could either, 1, do IVF, which was more expensive but had a much higher success rate, or we could do the injectables with Follistim and same pills, carrying on with the same pills, but also doing Follistim, which are injections that you have to inject into your stomach daily. And they were cheaper, but they still had a really good rate of getting pregnant, and we assumed when they said that would be a better option for us, that we could spend less money and get pregnant really quick. So we did 7 rounds of Follistim, which are still like $3,000 to $5,000 per time that you try it. So that was a lot of wasted money, because if you did 2 or 3, 4 of these cycles with Follistim, you were pretty much at the cost of doing IVF anyways. And we ended up at 7. We finally had an insemination in January. We took a pregnancy test on January 26th. And, actually we did a home pregnancy test on the 24th, because I can't wait as long as I'm supposed to. The doctor says don't test until he's going to do the blood work. Shit. Okay, yeah. I spent this much money to put a baby in there, and I'm going to test at home. So I'm pretty sure I had like a whole bag. You can go to Walmart or Walgreens and buy those little dollar, really basic pregnancy tests. I'm sure that lady thought I was nuts. I had boxes of those and just tossed them up there. And yeah, but they work great. So took a home pregnancy test. I was pregnant, got it confirmed. And then by the end of February, we had done another ultrasound on the 24th to go in and hopefully see a heartbeat. And there wasn't one. And we were told that we had lost that baby. So I think back now, and they scheduled on March 11th our D&C. The doctor that I was with said that, you know, that would be the best way to do it. I could either take a pill and kind of speed up the process. I could just let it naturally happen, or we could do a D&C, which is where they go in and take it out. I decided to do that just because I can deal with blood and everything from everybody else, but when it's me, I just can't do it. It's too much for me, and emotionally, I didn't want to have to go through that. So we went ahead and scheduled the D&C, and I think now there was a pretty long time between when we found out we had lost the baby to when we scheduled the D&C, and I still felt like I was pregnant the whole time. And I'm not a praying person, really. I'm not very religious. But I do believe that things happen for a reason, and I prayed daily that it was not true, and that maybe there was two, and one of them had still made it. And you know, I covered my stomach like I still had a baby in there, and I didn't want to have it taken out. Like that's so weird to say, because it sounds odd that I had a dead baby in there, but it's there and it's yours, and you just don't want to give it up. And that's really, really hard to do. So we did the D&C, and then you wake up, and then shit just hits the fan. Like, you realize that you are no longer a mother. You don't have a baby in there anymore. And I think for probably the next few days, I thought for sure again that he messed up and there was still one left in there, and he just didn't get it all. And it's just this weird, twisted, sick thing that you go through when you deal with a miscarriage. And then a week later, my grandma passed away, and you know, I thought that as if the miscarriage wasn't enough, and then dealing with losing my grandmother, I don't even remember who it was now, but some family member came up to me at the funeral and told me that, you know, it's okay, my grandma had another angel to take care of in heaven. And I lost my shit. I ran to the back of the church and I just fell apart. Like, I had kept my stuff together the entire time. I kept my don't fuck with me face on, and just was able to keep my shit together. And then some lady comes up and whispers that to me. Are you kidding me? I'm sure she meant well, but you don't have to say stuff like that. Just, I'm sorry, I love you, and a hug, and that's it. You don't need to, yeah, it was bad. So, we decided to try another round of injectables since that last one had worked. We went ahead and God, we did shots for almost 2 weeks. Like, I've got it here. In April, we did it for 1, 2, 3 weeks. We took injectables, and pretty much it's like $100 per IU of medication. And when I'm at 150 each time I take one of those shots, that's a lot of money. And so we're finally at a point where it's like, we just can't afford to buy more vials. And so we had to cancel that cycle. And that was just heartbreaking on its own after just having the miscarriage. And, you know, it's really hard because his family is awesome. His family is so supportive, and they're always there for us. But you know, they want grandkids. They want a little one running around, because we're the only people that, you know, are next in line to have kids. And that's really difficult to be able to tell them, we're trying. Trust me, it's not from a lack of trying. It's from a lack of money to be able to afford to keep doing these. And emotionally, like, it's just, every time you end up with no positive pregnancy test, or worse, you have a positive pregnancy test, and we never thought in a million years that we would miscarry, we assumed we got pregnant. That was the only hurdle that we had to deal with. It's done. We're clear, you know, we're in the long run. But no, it was not good. And then you have to tell all of these people, you know, that you've let them down. And my family, it's really just my dad and my brother. And, you know, so I mean, my dad tries to be supportive, but he doesn't always know the right thing to say. And my brother and I are pretty close, but, you know, he's a guy. Guys don't like feelings. Guys don't like crying. So it's really hard. So at that point, I reached out to try to see if I could find any kind of resources, support. So I Googled support groups in Kansas City for infertility, and I found KCIA. And KCIA, I had read about them online from doing a conference the year before. We didn't consider going because we assumed that we would already have a baby by then, that I really don't want to go and learn about, you know, IVF and adoption and stuff because we're going to have a baby by then. And I wish we had gone to that just to start our knowledge and learning more information and learning to advocate for yourself. So we didn't, but I did reach out to the support group and have been attending since then. They are amazing people and it's an amazing group. And now I've been a part of it for so long now that I kind of help run the groups. And so it's definitely helped me in this journey. And yeah, so that's pretty much it with our first pregnancy. I'm going to end this video and then there'll be another one that talks about our second pregnancy. And thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions about the KCIA group. We do fundraisers, we do 5K walks, we do family building grants for people looking to have babies but need financial assistance. And there are just so many amazing people on there that have had luck, some that haven't, some that have chosen to be childless, some that have adopted, some that have donor eggs, donor sperm, pretty much any scenario that you can think of. So, thank you guys so much. I love you.